Hello dear viewer, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Tustin Mazda. Today we're shooting on location because I want to show you the best and worst parts of every model in Mazda's current lineup. Mind, this is a subjective opinion. So if you disagree, you can put it in the comments, and if you don't like opinions, then I think that's unfortunate. In any case, let's get started. First up is this big boy, or girl, or whatever you want it to be, the CX-90. It's Mazda's 3-row SUV, which is more compact than the competition, but still as spacious as you need it to be. The best part, of course, is that you have space for everybody. This specific model carries 8 people, which means you can carry your kids, their obnoxious friend, and your parents when they drop by unexpectedly. Also, triple zone climate control. That means the driver and the passenger don't have to fight about their temperature, and the back can take a vote. And the worst part is that this is like a bus to me. Remember, I drive a Miata, so this is a huge upgrade in size, and it's a little bit hard for me to manage. But if you're coming from something that's already had a 3rd row like a Honda Pilot, this should certainly feel like a breath of fresh air. Next up is its sportier looking twin, the CX-70, which is actually the same car, minus the 3rd row. Mazda will give you a little bit of storage space, and that's what I like about it, because I don't have that many friends or family to carry in a 6 to 8 seater CX-90, and this gives me all the space that I need to get away and go live in the desert for a week if I want. This one specifically doesn't have a panoramic moonroof, but I can dream anyway, because I can't afford it. Come to think of it, I can't afford a CX-70, but if I give up my apartment, I could live out of this. It's even got cup holders for when I'm hanging out in the back. It's even got a little snack cubby so the bear doesn't get to them. And the worst part is that it's just as big as the CX-90, so refer to my last point. Although, it doesn't really matter if I'm just living in a parking lot, right? And in case you're not aware, both the CX-70 and the CX-90 are available as an inline 6 if you really value performance, or as a plug-in hybrid if you want all the fuel efficiency and range in the world. The other car with a couple of drivetrain options is the CX-50, which is now available as a hybrid too. But first, let's talk about the gas model. Just look at this beautiful beast. This is actually my favorite SUV in the lineup. It's debatably the best all-around car, for me, that Mazda offers. And that's because it's got super flat handling, which means that it's just as fun to take a corner as my Miata is, but it's got the space that I can bring my friends in and the supplies so I don't have to choose between sleeping comfortably and making s'mores at night. The worst parts? The first is highly subjective. I really wish this came with a manual transmission just for fun, but the other are these 20-inch wheels that come on the higher trims, which should really appeal to the millennial in me, but let's be real, if I'm taking a car out in the gnarly roads, I kind of want a little bit more cushion. You know that I love me some sidewall. On the other side here, we've got the wheels for the hybrid, which did get dialed down a bit, and I really appreciate that, since the car's a little heavier due to the battery. Other great thing about the hybrid is a huge leap in fuel efficiency. It's an extra 13 miles per gallon over the turbo that we've got here next to it. And my favorite part is that that added weight at the bottom means that it handles even flatter around the corners. The downside is that this is the only model in the lineup that has a CVT that comes out of the Toyota hybrid system that they use in the RAV4. It's on our platform, so the car handles better, etc. Watch a video about it, I made one. But my least favorite part is a part, and that is the shifter straight out of the Toyota parts bin. Now for a classic, the CX-5. And the best part is that it's kind of an average of all the models in the lineup. It's a great handling SUV, and it fits the most while fitting in the most places. As long as you don't need a 3rd row, of course. This car's been refined over a decade plus, and it's an absolute banger. The sales figures don't lie. It makes everybody happy, including my mom. Hi, Mom. The worst part of the CX-5 is that the 2026 is right around the corner, and I'm a little afraid because they've moved on to a bigger infotainment screen that replaces your air conditioning dials, and I'm very hopeful that it's going to be great, but I'm team tactile. I won't knock it till I rock it, but I just love knobs and buttons. Last but not least in the SUV segment is their smallest offering, the beloved CX-30. The best part to me is its cozy yet extremely ergonomic cabin, with room to bring your friends. It's also all-wheel drive, so it's an elevated ripper, and it's got hot hatch-like handling, especially on the turbo. Now, I really love this little one, and I had a hard time thinking of any kind of downside besides it not having a manual transmission. But the one downside of this car is just how polarizing this thick cladding is. Half the people love it, half the people don't. Suck it up, Buttercup. Moving on down the line and in height, we've got the Mazda 3, starting with the hatchback. My favorite bits are its gorgeous timeless design, how cozy and comfortable this back seat feels. In fact, every seat in this car is extremely comfortable, and it's available in all-wheel drive, and it's available as a manual, which is actually also the worst part about it, because you have to pick your battles. You can't get a manual and turbo in all-wheel drive. You have to pick between the manual or the turbo all-wheel drive. Dear Mazda, you know what I'm trying to ask. Now its fraternal twin, the Mazda 3 sedan, will get you a little more visibility out of this back window, and the best part is that it's a sedan. It's actually the only sedan left in the lineup. Rest in peace, Mazda 6. Can't wait for you to be resurrected. For now, this is not quite as roomy as the Mazda 6, but it will do. By the way, if you do need the space of a Mazda 6, there are some pre-owned ones that are perfectly healthy and up for adoption. Last but not least, everybody's favorite, the Miata, starting with the RF. The best part is everything. It's perfect to me. It's the sexiest little coupe that money can buy. Which is also kind of the worst part about it. It's not the wind buffeting north of 60 miles an hour when you've got the top down, because I never put my top down. It's the fact that I can't buy a Porsche and see more value in it after spending that much on it. And the worst part is not the limited space, or the headlights in your eye, or the fact that somebody could cut your top, or the increased risk of melanoma. It's that anytime that I go to the Chick-fil-A drive-thru, they will label it as a sedan. And that's it, dear viewer. That's my whole list of praises and gripes for the entire current Mazda lineup. Remember, it's just one man's opinion. I'd love to hear yours in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and visit us at Tustin Mazda or Huntington Beach Mazda so we can figure out the right one for you. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.